I don't see Victor Osimhen sitting down with William Ekong and listening to everything he has to say without saying something back in return. This is what Brown Ideye has now said in his latest conversation on Twitter about the issue, that is rocking Nigerian Super Eagles, which is the fact that we don't have leaders in the team. We don't have leaders who have command, who have authority, who are able to bring other players down and give them instructions for them to follow. Brown Ideye obviously said that this is one of the major issues in Nigerian Super Eagles team. Why we are not getting the results that we want to get currently, because there's a lack of leadership, or there's a lack of leaders in this current team. Brown Ideye believes that the Nigerian Super Eagles are missing important personalities like Joseph Yobo and Vincent Inyama. That since these guys retired, there hasn't really been people of this caliber, and that's why most of the times they play without having direction, or they're in a dressing room and no one can inspire them. They are losing in a match, no one can come up and talk to them, bring back that motivation or that spirit to fight back, to come back stronger in the game, and maybe even get a good result after some really nice pep talk from leaders in the team. This is what Brown Ideye thinks is lacking right now in the national team, and he doesn't feel that the current Nigerian Super Eagles team are humble enough to listen to anyone that's made the captain. Of course, he talks about Osimhen. Not only Osimhen, also the likes of Lookman, Chukwueze, and some of the big players in the team, that they don't have that. They may not really have that respect for William Ekong or any other player, because they would feel that, okay, they've been long enough with this guy. They're probably the same age, in the team, and of course, there's no reason that they have to take order from such players. Of course, this is Brown Ideye's opinion as one of the major reasons that Nigerian Super Eagles is not really flying at this moment. But personally, for me, I beg to differ, or I would want to disagree with what he said, especially about Victor Osimhen and some of these Lookman and Chukwueze. Of course, we saw in the last Nations Cup, William Ekong was the captain, and he did exceptionally well. We saw how he controlled his teammates on and off the pitch, but maybe not so much about off the pitch, because we don't get to see them a lot off pitch. But on the pitch, I'm sure you and I can attest the fact that during the AFCON, we saw a really, really calm, coordinated, organized Nigerian Super Eagles side led by Captain William Ekong. For the first time in a while, I had not seen a Nigerian Super Eagles team that is really organized on the pitch, with their captain, listening to the instructions of their captain and following them to the letter. Ekong he completely excelled playing that role. We saw that, in AFCON. But again, there were reports about some things happening off the pitch, such as Victor Osimhen obviously fighting, allegedly fighting with Uzoho, or being in an argument or something like that. That was during the preparation for the AFCON. But that really has nothing to do with Ekong's captainship, and his ability to coordinate the team, because sometimes, players can get heated moments, maybe argue or even fight. It happens in all dressing rooms, and it's not necessarily the captain's failure when something like that happens, because everybody has the way that they behave. Your captain cannot behave for you. If you're a stubborn player like Balotelli, you can behave like a Balotelli, but you have to listen when your captain tells you. And I think Ekong is doing that really well. So Brown Ideye, what he said, I don't quite agree or accept it. But that is just his opinion as an ex-international, and of course my opinion, which is contrary to what he agrees. But let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think the likes of Victor Osimhen and other senior players will not be respectful enough to sit down and listen to what William Ekong has to tell them if he continues to be the captain? But moving on, guys, let me let you know that Ademola Lookman officially is Atlanta's player of the season. He was given that a few hours ago after his stellar season with the club, which saw them lift the UEFA Europa League for the first time in their entire history. And his stats for last season is incredibly fantastic. He played a lot of matches for them, up to like 45 appearances in all competitions, and he had some really fantastic goal contributions total 17 goals and 10 assists, won one trophy, which is the UEFA Europa League, and he was the man of the match, for that game. We saw that how he single-handedly won that game for Atlanta against Leverkusen by scoring the hat-trick for that match. And the interesting thing is that he's actually won this back-to-back. He won it the last time in Atlanta, and then he's winning it again for the second time on a row. Congrats to the man, he really deserved it. And of course, we are waiting to see what happens at the CAF African Best Player Award. I am very positive and hopeful that Ademola Lookman is going to come out as the next winner for that one. But let's see how it happens. And the man is obviously someone who has been in the rumor in terms of transfer, with a number of clubs showing interest in him. The last video I talked about the likes of Manchester United and Liverpool going into a tug of war to get the man. They are ready to trigger the release clause. And right now the latest is that Chelsea have also now joined in the race to sign Ademola Lookman. They've also even made a bid, official bid to Atlanta to try and get Lookman. Chelsea is unsure about Raheem Sterling's future in the club. They don't know whether to sell or to let him stay for another season in the club. But there's a huge speculation that Chelsea are considering letting Raheem Sterling go. And when this happens, they would want to get someone to replace, the outgoing, which is why they are very interested in competing with other clubs to see if they can get Ademola Lookman signed to the club. Moving beyond that, just guys, let me let you know that Philip Otele is edging very close to signing a mouth-watering deal with a United Arab Emirates club side called Al Wada. The young man could be earning as much as 2.4 billion naira every month if this deal goes across the line. Of course, Philip Otele was in fantastic form for his Romanian side, CFR Cluj. This season was arguably the best season of his career, for CFR Cluj, because he played a lot of games and he also scored a lot of goals, 18 goals in total in 40 matches, and then had 8 assists. That of course is the reason why he has been having a lot of interest from different clubs, and right now Al Wada of UAE are reportedly trying to sign him and pay him a lot of money. We'll see what happens in the next coming days/weeks regarding that transfer. But moving forward, let me let you know that two Nigerian Super Eagles players, Nwakali and Uzoho, were obviously spotted at different locations in Owerri as they prepare for their preseasons with their different clubs. Uzoho was, spotted in his neighborhood where he was training with a local academy that is in his neighborhood. Of course, the young man is having interest from the likes of Malmo of Sweden, and it's a deal that is really progressing well. So he could be returning to Sweden instead of to Cyprus. But we'll see how that one goes. He is currently trying to stay in the best shape as he trains in his homeland. Kelechi Nwakali was also spotted in a different location in Owerri as he trains and prepares for his new season with Chavez. Sadly, they went to relegation last season because they couldn't really get enough points to stay in the league, in the Portugal league. But the man is really trying to get the grind in to be in the best shape as the season looks to start very soon. He was spotted with two Nigerian Super Eagles legend, the likes of Emmanuel Amenike and Mobi Okbarako, as they all train in a local pitch. That's the update, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and share the video, react to any of the stories that you like, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more updates.